T2. Right. Okay. How do I go next? Okay, right. Kalau tak dapat datang secara fizikal, insyaAllah tuan-tuan, Prof Datin, Datuk, semua dapat datang secara online lah. If there are still some of your friends, either lecturer yang dekat FPP ataupun pensyarah sambilan daripada luar yang akan mengajar di FPP, you can share with them this link. Alhamdulillah, kita punya dekan pun dah datang. So you can share with them this link so that they can actually, come to the session as well. So kita boleh share, especially if they're teaching at the faculty, right? So that being said, saya rasa sebab dekan pun alhamdulillah sempat meluangkan masa, saya jemput dekan untuk memberikan sepatah dua kata. Okay. Okay, Prof. Cakap je.
Prof Kamaria, apa khabar?
Alhamdulillah.
Kita punya sifu ni. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera. Terima kasih semua. Alhamdulillah dapat kita berjumpa secara maya daripada pelbagai pagi ini. Dan konsep dia basically just kita nak cubalah kita punya hybrid punya facilities ni, nak tengok dan maybe nanti akan ada sedikit training lah macam mana kita nak gunakan. Simple je ya sebenarnya, cuma benda baru lah pada kita, ya. Dan tak ada banyak yang saya nak katakan, cuma we spend time to cuba dig lah apa yang boleh kita gunakan dalam konteks pengajaran, sebab nanti pelajar-pelajar kita akan ramai yang sebahagiannya berada di sini, sebahagiannya akan berada di college, ya. Dan ada juga yang akan berada di negara mereka, contohnya daripada China. Sebab China ni kita tak pasti mereka balik ke tidak, sebab border masih lagi untuk China nak keluar susah. Dia kena melepasi banyak tapisan lah. Dan kita actually saya difahamkan kita dah 12 bilik yang kita dah facilitate untuk membolehkan kita menggunakan this hybrid classroom lah. Dan yang pentingnya nanti kita ialah dari segi macam mana kita nak switching, contohnya dari segi bila kita mengajar sebagai pensyarah, kemudian bila pelajar kita respon, yang dalam bilik kita respon, dan yang juga yang dekat katakan college kediaman masing-masing. So basically itu yang kita nak biasakan, dan kalau perasan ada certain kita punya yang tu nampak tu dia akan zoom bila dan kita akan zoom pada orang-orang yang tertentu lah bila dia bercakap dan sebagainya. So basically itu saja yang saya nak cakapkan. Just hopefully kita sama-sama berusaha lah untuk merealisasikan perkara yang berlaku dalam the new norma ini. Kalau ada masalah apa-apa, bagi tahu pada pihak kami dan kita cubalah untuk atasi sebaik mungkin yang boleh. Jadi itu saja, dan saya sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih banyak kepada kawan-kawan, terutamanya Prof Emeritus Kamaria Abu Bakar ni, orang lama yang masih lagi dekat dengan kita ya. Itu Prof Majid Konteng ya.
Ya, thank you. Terima kasih.
Profesor Dr. Ramli ya, dan yang rakan-rakan lain yang ada dekat sini ya, yang memang sangat menyokong, dan I'm very happy that we have a very good big family lah ya. So kita sama-sama cuba teruskan kecemerlangan ini. Dan cuma satu perkara saya nak share, very good news, sebab Fakulti Pengajaran Pendidikan menang 6 anugerah pelajar universiti ya, daripada 13. So almost 40% Fakulti Pengajaran Pendidikan bolos kali ini. Saya dimaklumkan dan mereka pun terkejutlah macam mana Fakulti Pengajaran Pendidikan dapat banyak ni. Tapi I think we send quite number of participation, and then mostly excellent, outstanding students. Bahawa ini semua adalah usaha kita sama-sama. Ini bukan one man show, maknanya dari segi usaha sama seluruh warga Fakulti Pengajian Pendidikan, dan alhamdulillah kita nampak hasilnya pada kali ini, dan moga-moga kita akan dapat teruskan lagi lah ya kecemerlangan ini dalam masa-masa yang mendatang. So sekali lagi terima kasih banyak kepada semua, dan sama-samalah kita berdoa semoga kita semua dikurniakan keselamatan, especially dalam keadaan sekarang ni. Ya, kalau yang positif kena quarantine, kalau yang tak positif alhamdulillah. Ya. So just be careful, stay safe. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Terima kasih Tuan Dekan atas ucapan yang diberikan. Alhamdulillah, tahniah juga kepada semua pensyarah kita ya, especially daripada 2 program lah saya rasa yang agak menonjol, di mana 6 pelajar kita menang anugerah di peringkat universiti ya. Especially daripada Jabatan Sains dan Teknikal dan juga Jabatan GPPL HRD, alhamdulillah. So that's like and also one daripada Jabatan Counselling.
Yeah,
right, exactly. So ada 6 pelajar semua sekali yang menang daripada 13 anugerah UPM ya pada Convocation 45. Okay, so kita terus pada sedikit perkongsian tentang konsep dan juga pemahaman hybrid classroom, and then we'll go straight to how it can be used, the tools can actually be used, and we'll spend some time for your questions. Saya pasti ramai yang ingin bertanya tentang apakah konsep dan macam mana kita nak guna dan sebagainya kan. Alright, okay, so boleh naik atas tak? Sekarang saya share, dia naik atas. Tak. Ini. Saya share, ya aku pegang. Saya share saya punya screen pun. Hopefully semua pensyarah dapat tengok. Okay, alright. So, okay. So saya cuba explain dalam seringkas yang boleh lah. Untuk semester 2 ini yang akan datang minggu depan minggu depan kita akan mulakan TNL, Teaching and Learning, and also kita punya PDP lah, pengajaran dan pembelajaran bermula 21 bulan Mac, okay, menggunakan mode pembelajaran hybrid. Okay, so the definition of hybrid as being shared by Kate and also has been understood by UPM is that it has to be done dalam talian, okay, online as well as face to face. Okay, so I'm sure you all know that certain faculties are using certain different kinds of ways of dealing or engaging in their teaching and learning sessions, right? Ada yang fully online. Contohnya fakulti, fakulti bahasa, I'm not mistaken lah. And then ada yang fully face to face. Contohnya fakulti kejuruteraan. Okay, fakulti sekolah perniagaan dan ekonomi. Okay, they're using the teaching mode fully face to face, secara bersemuka. Our faculty and many other faculties dalam UPM memilih mode hybrid. Hybrid bermaksud dalam talian dan juga bersemuka. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and I'll try to answer the question after this. Ya, saya explain dulu, and then we'll sort out the questions after this. So what the faculty has discussed and decided is that the lectures will mostly be online, and the classes that has tutorials, that has practical elements to it, macam masuk bengkel dan sebagainya, those will be done face to face. Of course, according to the lecturer's discretion and also the student's situation. Kalau macam dia orang sakit, kalau macam dia orang tak dapat datang ke Malaysia ataupun ke UPM atas sebab-sebab yang strong, okay, as you perceive to be strong, then they can actually still come to class online. So hybrid here means it is moving synchronously. Kita secara segera, kita kelas face to face dalam kelas, and then the students will be online. But of course, I'll explain more about this later lah, insyaAllah. Okay. So dalam menyahut cabaran ini, fakulti telah menyediakan sebanyak 10 bilik kuliah dan juga ruang pembelajaran di fakulti untuk tujuan mode pembelajaran secara hybrid. Okay, so 10 bilik ini saya akan terangkan kemudian, di mana kami telah melekapkan 10 bilik ini dengan kamera video 360 darjah. It's not 360 degree, it's 350 degree. Okay, 360 it means that it can go over and over, around and around and around. But 350 it means that kita boleh pergi sampai satu hujung tu, and then it has to like pusing balik. They have to go back. Okay, you'll see this later. And we have also set the audio system with the microphone, the cordless microphone. This is so that bila kita bercakap, bila kita memberikan ceramah ataupun syarahan, ataupun kita buat aktiviti, ada seorang sahaja yang mempunyai mikrofon tersebut yang boleh bercakap supaya didengari oleh orang yang dalam online. Okay, of course dalam kelas memang kita boleh cakap lah. Right, and di samping 10 bilik ini, Auditorium Pusat Kecemerlangan, sorry for the misspelled words, Kecemerlangan Pendidikan Sains Pertanian dan Putra Future Classroom juga dilengkapi dengan teknologi 180 degree video camera and 350 degree video camera like this one that I'm using right here. So we have these facilities. With these facilities, with these tools, we can do the classes, either lectures or tutorials, practical sessions, segera, synchronous, secara hybrid, bersemuka dan juga dalam talian, mengikut kapasiti dalam bilik kuliah dan ruang pembelajaran dengan mengambil kira of course penjarakan sosial dan SOP ketat dan sebagainya lah. But even now, we actually have penjarakan munasabah, no longer penjarakan sosial actually. So these are the rooms that have been equipped with hybrid technology. So kita punya hybrid technology ni sebenarnya agak biasa lah. It's not really high end, but I tell you, the 350 degree video camera ni, the one that you see on the ceiling, you can look up at the ceiling and you can see there's a camera installed. That is the 350 degree video camera, and it costs about 5,000. So each camera costs about 5,000, and we also have a cordless microphone. Okay, so the cordless microphone and the 350 degree camera are actually being installed in Block A, tutorial 211, bilik tutorial 219, bilik seminar di Block A. So we have 3 rooms over there. Block B di bilik tutorial 260, Block C di Makmal Unit Teknologi Pendidikan, Block C, tapi masih belum siap sebab Makmal tu sendiri masih belum siap. Once the Makmal is done and finished, we'll install the camera over there as well. Di JPPL kita ada bilik tutorial 2, blok H JPPL. Di blok I kita ada 4, bilik tutorial 1, tutorial 2, tutorial 5 dan juga bilik seminar. So these are the 10 rooms that have been equipped dengan yang the latest 350 degree video camera as well as the cordless microphone. And on top of that, we also have Pusat Kecemerlangan Pendidikan Sains Pertanian auditorium equipped with 180 degree video camera, and we have PFC. We have the 350 video camera. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Yeah, if you look up, you can see that video camera, and you can also see. Hopefully, you can actually have the remote control over there as well. That is the remote for the video camera. The remote is actually pretty easy to use. It's almost like a TV remote. Actually, very, very easy, macam Astro lah. Senang saja. Okay, so that costs 5,000 plus, right, each. Right, and then you also have the microphone. Ada setengah-setengah bilik mikrofon yang biasa macam ni, ada setengah-setengah lagi mikrofon yang macam ni. But both microphones are actually portable and cordless. So you can actually bring the microphone all over the class to talk and to give to the students if they have to do presentation and so on and so forth lah basically. Okay? Right. Okay. Right. So basically when you talk about the use of these facilities, it's actually pretty easy to use. Mana Pak An dengan Faiz? Very easy to use. In fact, kalau kita tengok dalam kelas tu sendiri, and if you have the remote, something like this, but yours will be black, especially those who are actually in class. This is where you have the camera, and you can be in class. You can have half of your students to be in class, and another half of your student who cannot come to UPM, maybe in China, maybe in Nigeria, maybe in Yemen, international students for both masters and undergraduate, they can actually have the class synchronously, secara segera, sama-sama, right? You can have the class in UPM. You have your students, Malaysian students maybe, who are actually on UPM campus, and then you can have some people who might not come to UPM, might be quarantined at their home. They can actually zoom in, okay, and have the class at the same time, segera. serentak lah basically, right? So that being said, dari segi demonstrasinya sangat senang. So saya nak nak ucap tahniah dekat Cik Farhan dan juga Cik Faiz, especially Cik Faiz dah setting semua 10 bilik ni. Cik Osman, yes, Abang Osman sekali yang telah setting setiap bilik yang saya mention tadi tu dekat blok A, blok B, blok I dan juga blok tutorial JPPL. It's very easy. You just turn on your computer and then it's already connected. Okay? And in terms of the microphone, you just turn on, okay, butang ni, and it's already connected. You log in to your Zoom and you give the Zoom link to your students in your WhatsApp group or your email or whatever, and they can actually zoom in synchronously to your classroom. Right. So now, apa best sangat video camera ni, right? The thing about this video camera is that it can actually track manually, okay, the movements and the focal points in the class. Kalau macam pensyarah nak memberi syarahan atau memberi ceramah in front of the class using the whiteboard or whatever, you can have that video camera focus zoomed in on your whiteboard, on your face, on your hand. If you want to write something, you can actually use, right, exactly. So you can see how we are zooming in and zooming out. Okay. The thing is, as you teach the student, you have to use the microphone because the microphone is linked to the system. Kalau you tak guna microphone ni and you're talking, the students online will not be able to hear you. Okay? So you have to use this microphone. If you want to have students do presentation, okay, you have to give this microphone to that student and he or she will be doing the presentation. Why are we using only one audio source? Easy. In a classroom, especially when you're doing like a hybrid classroom, online and also face-to-face, if you have like a surround system, right? The sound boleh tangkap mana-mana, then the class will be a bit haywire. Haywire meaning that, okay, student ni cakap-cakap kat sini, student dalam online boleh dengar. Student ni batuk kat luar, orang lain boleh dengar. It's going to be a bit haywire like that, okay? If there's somebody like, mowing the lawn outside, student boleh dengar. If you use like surrounding system. But if you use the microphone, one source will be from this. The input from the audio will be from this, and students online boleh dengar. Student kat bilik pun, of course, boleh dengar lah because you'll be talking to them, right? But, okay, I'm sure you have some questions in terms of, kalau I cakap kat sini, patut I nak pass student ni, microphone ni kat student, kalau student tu batuk, macam mana kan? That's why you have to practice, practice your SOP, kena pakai mask. You have to the students have to wear the mask as well. The lecturers, should be wearing mask. If you're not comfortable wearing mask, it makes you like, hard to breathe. Wear like a facial shield or whatever, but be careful because we are going for the endemic. It's no longer going to be pandemic, it's going to be endemic. So you can use this microphone, but be careful in using it. That being said, there's still some procedures, if you want to use the classroom as well. Students, sebelum masuk, kena scan. Setiap classroom, yang kita akan ada dia punya QR code tu, they have to scan, come to the classroom, and then the lecturer can have the class without any problem. Okay, and then you can just use this microphone, use the video camera, and so on and so forth. Okay, so how do you use the video camera? You can see the remote. There is a function like apa ni, arrows, kan? You boleh pergi ke mana-mana. So let me just show you. You're now looking at my face. I'm gonna out zoom myself. And you can see the whole class, right? You can see Mr. Farhan, you can see Prof. Madia Tajul pun ada, bos kita, pengarah, ada ni sukan, you can see Puan Jun. You nak tengok student lain dekat lain. You boleh tekan the arrow and focus. Okay, let's say, imagine students are actually over here doing some discussion. You tekan zoom and the zoom will focus in on them. Dia tak zoom?
Kuat sikit, mata dia.
Kuat sikit.
Mata dia problem.
Come on. Okay. Imagine lah ada orang kat situ kan. Okay, so let's say, right, student ni dah buat presentation. And you want to go to another student. Okay, yang ni dia.
Dia minta.
Okay.
180.
Right. Okay. Another student Okay, you nak zoom. So zoom in, kena tekan kuat.
Akan kumpul sekali.
Aish.
Television.
Okay, silakan. Cuba dekat Dr. Hajul.
Saya cakap dengar tak?
Boleh dengar?
Boleh dengar?
Boleh dengar, tapi dekat PC lain. Dekat kelas nanti lain. Boleh dengar, okay, Dr. Tajul. So you can focus on Dr. Tajul and also Madam Jun, Puan Jun. Alright. So bila, let's say, you do your class, and then you want to have the students do your presentation. Okay, you can focus in on each desk or each table, give them the microphone, they can use, they can do the presentation over there. Okay, kalau ada group work, of course, but even to do group work, kena berhati-hati especially kena pakai mask dan SOP dan sebagainya lah. They can do group work, but with careful consideration of standard operating procedure, right? Okay, cantik, right? Very easy, you go to class, suruh student scan the barcode, dia masuk, then they come in, you turn on your Zoom, and then student international can come into the class, you can start your class. It's just like that. Basically, it's just like that. So after class, of course, you have to turn off, log out from your Zoom, because another lecturer will come in and use his or her Zoom account or Google Meet account or whatever account, and then they'll be teaching their own class. It's basically quite easy. There are some caveats, disclaimers, right? Okay. There's some questions in terms of, okay, kalau kita pasang lama-lama ni kamera ni, okay ke? Tak pecah ke dia punya mentol dan sebagainya? Okay, so basically, you can have the camera turned on, okay, for quite some time, macam 2-hour lecture, 3-hour lecture, boleh, you can turn it on, okay? But once you're done with your lecture, let's say your lecture punya 2 jam saja, tutup lah. Just turn it off. The next lecturer will come in maybe 1 hour after that. You can turn it on and whatever. Maybe some classes are the back-to-back, 9 to 12, 12 to 2, 3 to 6, whatever, right? Let's say satu hari tu penuh kelas tu, right? No problem. You can actually turn on the video camera sampai 12 hours pun. Tapi jangan lupa tutup, because if you have class on Friday, lepas tu you buka sampai Isnin, then that might be a problem. Okay, so just remember to turn off. But of course, we'll also have our staff, patrolling and turning it off and so on and so forth. That should be no problem, I think. One more caveat, one more disclaimer is that the microphone, we have 2 kinds of microphone. One is like this. The other one is the portable one. Okay. The thing about having these microphones is that it's portable, it's really easy to use, but it's very easy also to forget. Kita pakai, lepas tu kita pergi lunch. Lepas tu baru kita perasan, oh, punya aku pakai mikrofon. So you have to be careful, because the next lecturer will actually have to use that microphone. So you have to leave the microphone over there. We are in the process of installing brackets so that we can actually put the microphone dalam kelas dan juga dia punya remote di dalam kelas, so that you don't take it with you and go back home, or worse, go to places where you have to collect the data, then you will be here for a few days or whatever. So yeah. So the camera is very, very easy to use. The microphone is very easy to use, just on. Tekan on je, you can use it, no problem. But it's not perfect. Not perfect because, okay, so it's not like kita boleh macam saya cakap tadi lah kan, only one person can use it. So bukannya ada macam kita nak ada debate ke, ada 2 microphone whatever ke, because kita guna peruntukan yang UPM beri sajalah. So setiap bilik ada satu kamera, ada satu mikrofon sebagainya, right? And if you're asking, is this enough? Is this technological enough? Whatever, I think it's sufficient. Is it ideal? No, it's not. Is it perfect? I don't think it is perfect, but it is enough for us to do and conduct our classes. Okay, right. So I've spoken for about half an hour. I think it's much more important for us to actually have a Q&A session. Okay, and I'm sure ramai akan tanya dari segi penggunaan teknologi ni, and also how are we going to have the class next semester, this coming semester? Is it fully online? Is it fully face-to-face, and so on and so forth? Let me explain here. in terms of jabatan, in terms of departments, only Jabatan Pengajian Sukan will be having all of their classes fully face-to-face. Okay, this is because of the request from the lecturers as well as from the head of department. They want to buat face-to-face and they have to do it face-to-face. Okay, some other departments are doing it on a hybrid kind of way, in terms that lectures will be mostly online. Okay, lecture for undergraduate, lecture for master, for seminar, whatever, for PhD, because it's 3+0 or 2+0 seminar, for example. You can do it online, especially you have so many international students. But for practical or tutorial sessions, especially for undergraduate, where you have to go for like, lab sessions, or you have like, counseling sessions, or you have to cook and sew, especially for JPST, the lecturers, especially from JPST and also from JPKPK, they want to have the tutorial sessions, the practical sessions face-to-face. Okay, for let's say HRD and some courses for language and moral and even pendidikan Islam, dia nak buat lectures online, tutorial, some online, some face-to-face. Especially kalau macam student ada, dia nak buat face-to-face. Kalau student tak ada, especially student from China, they might have to do hybrid. Setengah face-to-face, setengah online. So it really depends on the department, really depends on the lecturers. We have to be flexible. I'm sure people ask, student ni diwajibkan balik ke? Student ni dipaksa balik ke? Okay, so my understanding is that student dibenarkan balik, but we cannot force them to come back, especially kalau dia orang macam ada masalah yang berat lah, travel restrictions, if they have health issues, if they might not be able to come on campus because of whatever reasons, we cannot force them to come. So that's why we're providing you with this platform. It's not going to be perfect, but we have to be flexible. I'm sorry, I'm sounding like that guy, that old uncle who's always complaining, but this is how it's going to be done. So, I mean, I'm sorry, but okay. So that being said, why don't we have some questions, some concerns, and we discuss them over here. I might not know how to do everything, but I have my trusted colleague over here who will be explaining things to you and to me as well. Right, so some questions, some concerns, some things that you want to point out. Yeah, please, let's go ahead.
Dr. Waka,
Yeah,
okay, Dr. Waka nak tanya, kalau untuk postgraduate, boleh tak kita buat secara hybrid? Macam contoh kelas statistik ni, dia susah sikit nak mengajar secara online. So, tapi saya faham ada juga pelajar China kan. So, boleh kita buat secara hybrid tak?
Boleh Prof. Boleh, kita boleh buat secara hybrid. That's why kita provide classroom macam ni, sebanyak 10 classroom. So let's say ada student yang memang tak boleh datang sebab dia orang daripada China, daripada African nation, dia tak boleh datang. So tapi pelajar Malaysia contohnya boleh datang, atau yang ada dekat Malaysia boleh datang. So they can come physically, yang pelajar Malaysia dan yang dekat Malaysia tu, yang daripada Nigeria, daripada China, they can actually come online secara segera. So Prof buat kelas, Prof boleh tunjuk. Yes, boleh.
Okay, maknanya pelajar Malaysia ni dia ada pilihan kan, sama ada dia nak face to face ataupun online kan. Betul
Prof, betul.
Tapi kalau macam pelajar postgraduate ni, of course dia akan online je kan. Tapi ada tak minimum numbers yang kita boleh guna pakai yang untuk bolehkan buat face to face? Kalau setakat 2 orang je datang, macam mana tu?
Okay, itulah Prof, kita tak boleh paksa dia orang datang. Kalau macam kita nak paksa dia orang datang, students will be they might have a valid reason not to come kan. Tapi kalau ada 2 orang je yang nak online, yang selebihnya nak face to face, you still can actually do online. Boleh buat online, tak ada masalah. Sebab dah ada teknologi dah pun. Kita bagi kelas, Prof boleh buat online. What if, let's say, the situation is reverse. 2 orang je yang datang face to face, yang lainnya nak datang online. There are some students who really want to come to UPM to learn face to face. Prof boleh juga buat hybrid, tak ada masalah. Prof boleh buat kelas, okay, untuk 2 orang je pun, yang selebihnya kita buat online. So this is my own belief lah. Saya rasa, ini pendapat saya, lebih efektif secara face to face. Pendapat saya. Especially kalau macam dari segi technical knowledge, statistics, ataupun more physical knowledge macam memasak ataupun menjahit dan sebagainya kan, welding, whatever. It's really important to do it face to face. Dan student nak datang, dia boleh datang. Tapi kalau student tak dapat datang because of sebab-sebab tertentu, then you can actually do it hybrid lah. Yang datang boleh buat face to face, yang tak datang online. Tapi have to do, well, not really have lah, tapi seeloknya buat secara segera. Seeloknya buat secara segera. That's what, yeah. So boleh Prof, tak ada masalah Prof.
Mana? Oh, okay, boleh saya respon sikit tak?
Boleh Prof. Doktor.
Okay, by right, next semester ni sepatutnya pelajar kena masuk kelas. Malaysian ni, yang local student actually dia kena masuk kelas face to face. And then kalau kita sebabkan oleh SOP, kita ada numbers yang kita limitkan, so kita delay lah. Tapi by right, local students they have to come to class tau. Dia kena balik, kena masuk kelas. Kalau tak boleh datang for whatever reason, so maybe boleh hybrid lah, tapi dia still kena sebab requirement MQA di UPM yang kita buat adalah 50% online, 50% must be face to face.
Right.
So kita tak boleh buat 100% face to online lagi dah. Maknanya ada at least 50% of our classes tu, 7 weeks tu mesti ada face to face. So itu MQA punya requirement. Kalau ikut MQA 70%, tapi UPM decide only 50%. So maknanya 7 minggu kena ada kat kelas, 7 minggu kena ada boleh buat online lah. So mana local student by right they should be in class. Kalau dia tak boleh datang sebabkan kita katakan bilik ni boleh muat dalam berapa? Dalam 20 orang kan. So maybe kita ada 40 orang, maybe next week orang lain datang lah. Alternate lah. So tapi kita boleh mutual adjustment dengan student lah.
Right.
Tapi pensyarah kena, okey pensyarah macam mana pensyarah? Pensyarah kena datang lah. Bila kita mengajar, maknanya minggu yang kita mengajar tu kita kena berada dalam bilik kita sinilah. Maknanya bukan kita buat Zoom di rumah, student kat sini tidak. Kita kena ada kat sini lah, yang dalam bilik ni. Kita jangan lepaskan pada student untuk handle semua dalam ni. Dan kita responsible for the safety and for the everything lah yang dalam. Tapi kita of course lah boleh minta orang tolong kita kan. So itu pandangan. Sebab banyak confusion ya. Semalam pun ada kat dia tanya. Student sebenarnya kena balik ke tak balik? Sebab dia kata boleh balik. Boleh balik. So by right sepatutnya dia balik lah. Cuma masalah timbul kadang-kadang bila dah balik sini line akan lemah sebab heavy traffic. So pensyarah pun dalam kalangan kita, tapi dalam kalangan pensyarah bila kita mengajar kita gunakan bilik ni. Patutnya tak ada masalah dari segi line lah. So kalau kita buat Zoom dari rumah mungkin ada masalah kan. So tapi kita sebab ada 14 minggu kan, kita boleh buat arrangement juga dari segi tu. So saya harap itu kita clear sikit lah. Saya tu memang banyak confusion macam mana dengan pelajar-pelajar Malaysia, especially lah kan, yang master yang Prof Fauzi tanya tadi kan. Lebih-lebih Prof Fauzi ajar statistik kan. Barat dia should come to class lah. Sebab sekarang ni penjarakan pun saya tak silap saya mulai April ni dia lebih lenient kan, dia penjarakan munasabah kan. Dia dalam konteks endemik. So I think dalam kelas ni mungkin 30 orang boleh masuk kot.
Right.
Tapi make sure satu perkara yang kita kena pastikan bahawa every time dia nak masuk kelas ni, dia kena scan kat luar ni. And then kalau boleh kita buat random check lah. Siapa yang positif balik lah. Sebab sekarang ni different kan. Siapa yang positif yang quarantine, yang close contact pun tak payah quarantine kalau dia tak ada gejala lah. So itu. Dan kalau maybe lah kita kena remind juga pelajar-pelajar kita before next week ni buatlah saliva test kat rumah sebelum masuk kampus lah. Ya, sebab macam kita buat lah, kita pun selalu buat kan. Macam besok ni convocation kan. Kita kena buat test sendiri lah untuk make sure kita ni. Cuma sekarang ni yang dah positif COVID macam saya ni dia dah ada immunity dalam badan dia untuk tempoh beberapa bulan ni. Itu je lah yang tapi yang lain yang tu kena berhati-hatilah. Itu pandangan saya.
Terima kasih Dr. Shoaib. Prof Majid, ya.
Dr. Majid dulu. Okey.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih banyak atas peluang yang diberikan.
Okay.
Jadi saya ingat jelas penjelasan dekan tadi Dr. Soeb yang menyatakan basically pensyarah sebenarnya tak ada pilihan. Whether you like it or not, we have to use what you call tadilah face to face. Am I right, Dr. Soeb? Regardless whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah. Sebab kalau itu tak berapa jelas, saya ingat nanti pensyarah cuba akan mengajar lagi pakai Zoom, not pasal apa kena pergi ke campus, things like that. Yeah. So I think I hope benda ni clear. And then if that's the case, oleh kerana bilik tadi nampak macam terhad, 12 bilik yang akan digunakan untuk postgrad dan juga undergrad. Jadi ada tak kemungkinan mungkin pihak fakulti akan arrange penggunaan bilik-bilik tersebut, especially dari segi so-called keselamatan, kebersihan and so on. Itu saya minta kepastian dan seterusnya pandangan daripada pihak fakulti.
Okay.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Prof. Majid. Terima kasih banyak dapat join ya daripada rumah pun.
Thank you.
Soalan yang kedua tadi maknanya pensyarah kena datang kampus lah. Dari segi mengajar tu. Ya, dia kena datang kampus. Cuma dari segi tempat semua tu semua memang kita akan pastikan lah. Macam kita kelas biasa je. Macam yang kelas biasa saya rasa petang memang khaskan untuk postgrad. Ya, petang memang untuk postgrad dan pagi untuk undergrad. Ya. High risk person. Ya, malas saya pun high risk sebenarnya ya. Saya also high risk lah. Tapi yang mana high risk tu actually now simply like we are approaching the endemic punya masa pandemik sekarang ni, dan kita I think we go out everywhere juga. We go to shopping mall, we go anywhere, kita pergi masjid kan. So classes ni you just come to class to teach je lah. Don't go anywhere else lah. Sebab kita boleh buat arrangement 7 weeks kalau kita nak buat online lagi. That 7 weeks you still can go on and teach from your home. I mean it's okay. Tapi another 7 weeks tu you have to be here lah. Because that is the MQA punya requirement. Dari segi kalau nak consider program kita ni adalah program yang full time. Bukan program kita ni bukan program PJJ. Kalau PJJ dia different sikit temuk dia. Kan? So that's my understanding lah. Yeah. I think yes, of course, high risk ni memang saya tahu dan kita kena jaga betul-betul. Pastikan dalam kelas tu kita semua jagalah dari segi SOP macam yang tadi Dr. Ben mention, make sure mask semua pakai, and then try to distance lah. So itu yang kita boleh buat pun. And then dari segi safety bilik-bilik ni, insyaAllah lah itu kita cuba sedaya upaya, dan juga dari segi sanitizing tu saya akan pastikan jugalah untuk kumpulan pelaksana kita sanitize bilik ni secara berkala lah. Itu penting untuk dipastikan bahawa bilik-bilik ni sentiasa disanitize lah. Ya.
Terima kasih Dr. Shoaib. Boleh saya tambah sikit Dr. Shoaib? Okay, so
saya tambah sikit je.
Okay. Alright, saya pun nak tambah sikit Dr. Shoaib. Okay, so sebenarnya memang kalau macam nak kira dari segi facility atau bilik-bilik dekat fakulti kita, memang kita ada sediakan 12 bilik lah. So 12 bilik ni sebenarnya kalau macam nak kira mencukupi tu, insyaAllah mencukupi, cuma semacam sebelum-sebelum ni kan, sebelum pandemik, we are also using let's say DKAP yang bangunan yang sebelah parking lot tu kan, and we use those classes for like large classes and so on and so forth. We don't know if those classes are actually equipped dengan apa yang kita ada juga. We don't know yet, but I'll try to find out and I'll try to see whether they are actually equipped or not, and then of course kita akan tengok kalau macam pensyarah ni nak guna bilik yang ada facility teknologi hybrid ni, we'll give the priority on them, because some pensyarah memang nak buat lecture online and buat tutorial face to face sebagainya. Ada yang memang fully face to face macam sukan for example, right? So we'll try to keep track insyaAllah Prof Majid of all these courses and try to make sure that everything is okay lah. I also want to answer like a few technical questions. Macam tadi Dr. Mokhtar tanya, ada tak pensyarah, ada tak kamera yang boleh track dekat pensyarah saja? Okay, so ada kamera tu yang boleh track pensyarah saja dan dia boleh track sound actually. Tapi kamera tu berharga 20,000 satu kamera. So kita tak beli yang itu. Kita tak beli yang itu, and also we have tried out that teknologi tu. Kalau dia single tracking, dia track suara saja atau pensyarah saja, susah untuk kita buat macam presentation. Susah kita nak buat discussion. So it's better, even though it's more tedious, it's better to do it manually. Kita akan buat secara manual. Kita track secara manual. So if you want to have the camera focus on you, you pakailah dia punya ni, and you can focus. And let's say even if you want to walk around and focus on what you are writing on the whiteboard, for example, right? So you can go, you can focus there. Tak ada masalah. Cuma ni, let's fokus. Kau fokus kan? Let's say. Okay, let's say you want to write something on the board, and then you want to say something, right, or explain something or draw something. You can actually focus on the board, and students will be able to actually see. But this has to be done manually lah. Okay, so this has not been asked by anybody yet, but okay, I should be addressing this because this is done manually. Okay, because this is done manually. You might not be able to do this on your own. Kalau you nak buat kelas secara fizikal dalam kelas ataupun hybrid, dalam kelas dan online, you should have, this is just my suggestion, one student to help you in terms of tekan butang PowerPoint, do the zooming in and out, because if you're teaching and trying to do things at the same time, it might be a bit overwhelming. So like I said, this is not ideal. It's not ideal, but it is I think it's sufficient, but you have to ask your student to help you out. Nak masukkan student yang datang Zoom lambat, they have to click in, right, while you're teaching. So it might not be feasible to you, but you can ask one class rep to help you managing the class, computer, admitting people in, clicking on the slides. So yeah, can we provide staff to do this to help you? We don't have enough manpower. We have like 70 lecturers and only a few staff, so susah dia orang nak bergerak at the same time. So, but you can ask your students. It will also be a good experience for them to learn how to teach in a hybrid mode, I think. So, untuk fokus muka pensyarah saja ada Dr. Mokhtar, tapi dia kena buat manual lah. You boleh fokus dekat muka you, no problem. Tapi you have to do it manually. Okay. Boleh tak saya nak tukar kepada laptop sebab saya nak pastikan rakaman kuliah masuk dalam laptop saya. Okay, so this is about rakaman. Okay. Before this, we were planning to actually buy Zoom account, tapi kami tak sempat nak beli Zoom account, right? My suggestion is that please use the desktop in the classroom. Kalau you nak tukar kepada laptop, the setting will be haywire. Kita dah set dengan mikrofon, kita dah set dengan kamera. Kalau dia nak cucuk dalam you punya laptop, it might not be compatible, and you might actually mess up the setting. Okay, so how can I download my rakaman kuliah? How can I download my recording? You have to do it on the computer. And maybe you can actually transfer it into your thumb drive or your portable hard drive, or upload it onto your like a cloud platform. You can even ask your class rep to record it for you, and then like save it in his or her portable hard drive or something like that. But please, this is just my suggestion. I'm not forcing you. Please don't use your laptop. Takut nanti lari setting dia. Betul tak?
Okay. Yeah, I have. Sorry, thank you, Dr. Maka. Very clear. I just have maybe just one or two questions. Okay. So I'm clear that we have to be in the classroom. So if we are assigned, we have a class and we have a classroom. We have to be there when we have our classes. Okay. Now, postgraduate students. My understanding is postgraduate took the option of online. But just now, Dekan said that postgrad also have to be here. Can that be clarified? Because there was a student from Kedah last week who said, she's not coming down and is the class online. So I do have a lot of local. I think I do have a few local students. Yeah. So how would that work? And then, sorry, one more question. I have one class which I'm teaching where I have one local student and three international students who are here in Malaysia at the moment, but they're not obviously on campus because they're not early first year students.
Okay.
So must they come to class?
Okay.
I know they do not have, but just now the tone from Dr. Shoaib was they must come to class.
come to
Right.
class,
So
yeah.
what do I tell them? Yep.
This is where things get really, really tricky because the thing is, on iGyms, everything is mentioned online now. So it's a bit, so it makes you kind of wonder, right? But our faculty policy is that we have to do this hybrid. So for undergraduate, for my portfolio, memang kita nak buat hybrid lah for most classes except for GPS. For online ni, it's really difficult for me to answer this. Maybe Big Boss boleh answer. Right.
Okay, tapi ada jawapan tak? Dia bukan isu tu je tau, Dr. Suraya. Thank you for asking because this one memang a bit tricky. Okay, kalau kita tengok ada classes ya. Contoh Dr. Azni, kelas dia 8-11 malam. 8-11. Because the understanding was everything was online kan. Malaysian student ada 2 orang je dalam kelas tu. And then the rest from China tau. And then definitely yang China tu dia tak balik. So nak kena datang ke 8-11 dekat sini kan. So betul tak? Kalau ikut yang saya mention tadi tu kena kan. Tapi I think kalau postgrad dia ada option untuk yang online tu, then just go online lah. Sebab kalau kita nak ubah sekarang ni dari segi scheduling. Okay. So yang postgrad kalau postgrad ada 5 kelas yang mohon untuk face to face, then the rest boleh online lah. Because dia, yang 50% tu is meant for undergraduate especially.
Okay.
Yang undergraduate memang itu di-mentionkan bahawa kena datang face to face. Sebab arahan yang balik kampus tu mostly is for the undergraduate. Yang postgrad ni dia I think you can go ahead with online lah. Apa Prof Majid pun tadi ada mention kan. Tapi kalau yang statistik tu yang macam Prof Fauzi ajar tu, kalau local student tu ada, lah, kalau 2 orang tu berbaloi ke tak berbaloi kan. Tu I think kalau since postgraduate you ada option, you go ahead with your online.
Okay, sorry, sorry, Dr. Shoaib, thank you very much. That's clear. So now because I need to instruct the students. So there are 3 international students who are here in Malaysia at the moment, and one local student. This is for moral philosophy, Dr. Bakar. So should I tell them that they have to come to class?
Yeah. I mean, if they're here, they can come to class, no problem. They're here. I mean,
but should I tell them they must come?
Well, you shouldn't tell them that they must come to class. You can tell
that's
them
the word.
I
will be having class. They should come to class.
Right, exactly.
Okay, all right.
If they're here, they want to come to class. I think they want to come to class. I think, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Suraya. Can I also add some more points as well? Okay. So there's a lot of concerns as well, especially in terms of administration of like staffing and things like that, right? There's a lot of concern in terms of so some lecturers might want to have their students come to class, but they'll be doing online from home. Okay, so is this okay? Is this not okay? This comes back to the notion that you have to actually come to work sebenarnya. So even if you want to do your classes online, okay, you should be doing it, from your office actually. From your office. But, okay, let's say in the case of pensyarah sambilan tak ada bilik, right? So how can they come over here? Mungkin tak ada bilik kan, macam Prof Kamariah ada bilik lah sebab Prof Emeritus, right? So can they do it from their homes, especially if students are actually doing online? I think okay lah untuk pensyarah sambilan tak ada masalah. But for pensyarah yang working at UPM currently as contract ataupun as as pensyarah tetap, they should come lah. Even if they want to do online, they should do it from the office. But you know, like 8 to 11 kan, 8 to 11 at night, nak duduk kat office pun takut sebenarnya, gelap tu. So I mean, I'll leave it to your own discretion. You know, you wanna do it, you know, from your home or from the office. You know, I'll leave it to you lah, basically. There's a question from Dr. Ramli Basri as well. Can I do my first 7 weeks online and the following 8 to week 8 to week 14 face to face? Okay, so this is referring to class master, yeah, Dr. Ramli, ataupun class master. I think it should be okay. It should be okay. It should be no problem. Especially maybe week 8, week 14 too. Maybe more students will be coming in once the pandemic starts to like be towards the endemic, and then you can have the class face to face week 8, week 14. No problem. But you know, kalau kes masih tinggi atau lebih lagi teruk, and you want to do online, especially for masters, I think it should be okay. No problem, Dr. Ramli. Right.
Dr. Ben,
Ya. Dr. Tengku
ya saya 219.
Okay.
Boleh saya tanya?
Boleh.
Kita requirement kita 50% berada dalam kampus dan 50% online. Sekarang ni saya nak bertanya tentang ISO. Bila kita ambil kedatangan, bila kita face to face, kita kena ada tanda tangan atas paper yang betul. Jadi mungkin lebih senang kalau kita beritahu dengan pelajar yang bahawa kita nak pastikan bahawa 7 tanda tangan ada secara fizikal lah, begitu. Itu tu you can be online. Itu minimum. Tapi kalau dia nak lebih daripada 7 minggu, terpulang pada dia. Sebab itu akan menunjukkan bukti yang bahawa kita betul-betul ikut 50% hybrid, 50% face to face.
Right. Okay. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Tengku, for sharing that. Very true, especially when you talk about ISO and auditing and everything, you know. So you have to be really careful about how you are actually taking your students' attendance. It's not just for the students, it's also for you. Kalau macam student tu cakap, I datang kelas tapi you tak ada bukti, it's going to be on you. So you have to take, attendance. So attendance can be taken in different kind of ways, right? If you're doing things fully online, right? You can take attendance through the Putra Blast or through the ESMP, of course, no problem. You can also print out your attendance, sheet, and you take the attendance manually using your own signature, and you can actually, that will be your proof as attendance as well. We need to have the printed version as well. If you're doing this physically, face-to-face, of course, they can sign on their own, no problem. If you're doing this hybrid, you can ask those who are actually on campus in the classroom to sign, and those online, you can actually take the attendance, using your own signature or your own, you can take for them, basically, no problem. But yes, attendance is really, really important because, we have to take it for our own evaluation, assessment of our students, yeah. Any other questions? Any other concerns? It's 11 o'clock. I'm sure some people have other things to do, and you also have a lot of questions to ask, but I'll be here trying to answer them. Any questions? Any concerns? Right. If you are here, okay, let's say you might be on campus yet, but you'll be here on campus maybe afterwards, kan? Petang nanti ke? Try to go to one of these places, run one of these rooms, and try it out. Cuba try. Dengan student ke, dengan your husband, your wife ke, tengok macam mana tu.
Prof, Madia Dr. Abu Bakar, saya Suhaibah.
Ya, Doktor. Ya.
Kenapa tak buka pula ni?
Dia kena on camera kot ya?
Okey, saya dekat ni, bilik tutorial 5 JPST ya. Dia tiba-tiba dia gelap pula ni, kamera.
Farhan akan datang tengok Okey, ya Doktor, ada soalan ke?
Soalan saya, kuliah kursus saya undergrad ada kuliah dan amali. Jadi konsep 50% tu yang jadi dia merujuk kepada kuliah 100% online, amali 100% face to face. Betul macam tu?
Kejap, Doktor boleh tanya sekali lagi ke? Saya kurang jelas tadi. Okey,
konsep 50% tu kan? Untuk satu kursus. Jadi maknanya kuliah saya 100% online, amali 100% face to face. Jadi ada menepati 50% kan?
Boleh menepati, yes, no problem. Right. Okay, yes.
Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you Doktor. Okay.
Boleh saya respon sikit?
Boleh.
Saya nak, sebab saya duk cuba juga semua tempat ni. So far alhamdulillah lah. Ya, so saya rasa terima kasih banyak pada Cik Faiz dan so on kan. Yang dan saya pun ada share dengan jemaah dekan fakulti UPM dan mereka eager nak datang fakulti kita tengok kita punya inilah. So nanti kita share lah dengan diorang. So I think mungkin kita antara yang tahniah semua lah. Kita mungkin antara yang ke depan sikit berbanding dengan yang fakulti lain lah. Ya. Nanti kalau boleh, kalau everything dah run smooth, maybe kita just buat sedikit pelancaran, kita invite VC untuk datang. Ya.
Okay. Terima kasih Tuan Dekan. Yelah kita punya fakulti sebenarnya alhamdulillah lah kita adalah sedikit dana kan untuk beli sebagainya. Kita pun dapat dana daripada UPM juga. Especially untuk hybrid learning ni. Yelah macam kita dah start buat untuk 10 classroom. Saya bukannya macam nak masuk bakul angkat sendiri, tapi ada setengah-setengah fakulti dia beli 3 saja. 3 saja camera tracking ni. Right. So kita punya fakulti alhamdulillah because we really focus on wanting to teach as best as we can, yeah. So that's why we try to equip. Walaupun bukan semua classroom, tapi at least most of the classroom dekat fakulti lah. Ada dalam 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 je classroom yang belum lagi dilengkapi. Tapi sebenarnya let's say 211, 219, dua classroom ni dia akan ada dia boleh divide to 2 classroom tau. 211A, 211B. Tapi kita pasang satu saja sebab nak beli dua-dua tu agak sebenarnya agak mahal lah kan. But we try our best lah to like install like 10. Ada setengah-setengah fakulti lain dia buat 5 je, ada 3 je yang dia install untuk beberapa kelas saja. So ini untuk pencarah dan especially untuk student kita lah, kita nak provide the best service to them because they have to teach, they have to be people who be working in HRD and like practitioners, so they need to be exposed to these kinds of hybrid learning and whatever as well. So that's why we're providing this technology to all of us, to our students and ourselves. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. TDA.
Waalaikumsalam. Ya Dr. Shima, ya.
Okey. Okey, saya ada dua soalan. Okey, yang pertamanya boleh tak kita nak buat fully online? Sebab kelas saya kemahiran berfikir memang tak ada amali. Boleh tak?
Right. So
yang kedua, soalan yang kedua, okey, sekiranya saya dapat 2 kumpulan, kedua kumpulan daripada Fakulti Sains.
Okay.
So adakah hybrid macam ni disediakan di Fakulti Sains sebab pelajar di sana?
Okey, terima kasih Dr. Shima atas soalan. Okey. So untuk kelas kemahiran berfikir saya rasa dia 2+0 kan ke 3+0? 2+0 kan? Dia tak ada amali kan? Dia tak ada amali. Macam kau tanya pendapat saya,
tak ada amali.
Things get tricky right? Because lecture memang kita buat online. So I think it's okay, especially if the students ada yang daripada China atau ada daripada macam luar Malaysia, right? As far as I know, dekat Fakulti Sains, dan saya tanya Dr. Wadi, dia orang pun buat hybrid juga. Dia buat macam lecture online, tutorial, masuk dalam lab, masuk dekat physics lab, chemistry, whatever, dia buat tutorial. Dia buat physical, I'm sorry. So I think they might have equipped themselves with this kind of technology, but I don't know how much. Okay. That being said, kalau macam doktor buat online, doktor boleh online daripada bilik office doktor ataupun online daripada classroom kita kat sini, dan student yang tak ada facility hybrid dekat fakulti diorang boleh online daripada campus. Dia boleh online daripada so it should be okay.
So maknanya memang boleh lah untuk kelas yang tak ada amali ni buat secara online.
I think it's okay, but maybe the dean has something else.
No, I mean it's okay tu maksudnya wajib ke? Kalau saya tak naklah last minute nanti kata saya tak.
Okay, saya respon sikit. Macam tu, basically the prinsip yang saya kata tadi 50% saja. So walaupun kemahiran berfikir itu, walaupun dia tak ada lab, 50% tu kena datang kelas juga lah. Ada pelajar yang duduk dalam kampus. Pelajar kena balik kampus undergraduate. Pelajar undergraduate dia orang balik kampus. Jadi bukan ambil satu kursus saja, bukan ambil satu kursus kemahiran berfikir, tapi dia ada subjek lain kan. So they are here. So meaning that you have to have at least 50% hybrid lah. I mean kelas dalam kampus lah. So you buat kelas dalam tu, you ask half of them to come lah, rotate lah. So maybe Dr. Shimah kena 14 minggu dah ada dalam kelas. Tapi student tu yang akan masuk 7-7 sebab dia take turn kan, sebab dia tak boleh masuk 40 orang, 50 orang satu kelas. So itu. Dan sepaham saya memang Fakulti Sains dia arahkan pelajar dia balik. So no issue lah, maknanya pelajar tu ada dalam kampus, they have to come to class lah. Ya. Yeah?
Okey, maknanya Tuan Dekan TDA, maknanya sekarang ni kalau saya mengajar pelajar Fakulti Sains, hybrid ni akan dibuat di Fakulti Sains lah. Arrangement
you punya jadual kelas tu kat mana? Sebab jadual tu kan dia dah tentukan dekat mana kan kelas tu.
Doktor boleh check dalam SMP.
Kelas tu,
Right.
betul kan?
Right, Doktor boleh check dalam SMP. Saya rasa dalam SMP dia akan maklumkan mana kelas tu. I'm not sure whether it's going to be at Faculty Science atau kat sini, but if it's going to be over there, it's going to be included in the SMP. I'm sure dia akan consider lah, because since the students are all back at the faculty, you can actually check it lah dalam SMP macam mana.
okey, maknanya kalaulah pelajar, sebab yang sebelum-sebelum ni pelajar daripada Fakulti Sains, Fakulti Biotek yang saya ajar, mereka request saya ke sana lah.
Okay.
Saya ke sana. Jadi maknanya arrangement di fakulti sana pun adalah hybrid. So far.
I cannot speak for them. Like I said, I can ask them, but I cannot speak for them. I don't know how much they have in terms of the facilities over there. I cannot try to find out. I cannot give you the answer now.
Okey, jadi maknanya action saya ke action pihak TDA untuk
Doktor boleh tanya juga. Doktor boleh tanya. Doktor boleh tanya. Kalau doktor tanya, okey. Cantik lagi, cantik. Lagi senang. Okey. Thank you, Doktor. Okay. So itulah, I mean, things are quite, it's a bit tricky because there's so many things, there's so many factors that are in play. Ada student yang tak dapat balik sebab travel restrictions. Ada yang student yang nak balik sebab tak ada internet kat rumah, tak ada facilities kat rumah. So, we have to cater to all of them, but what's clear, macam yang Dekan cakap tadi, student dibenarkan balik. So, they most probably will be coming in batches. Even before this, KPT pun dah cakap dia akan masuk secara berperingkat, 70%, 80%, 90% and then 100%. So masih dia akan jadi quite flexible, still quite flexible. That being said, remember kita sekarang pandemic, but by 1st of April we are going to be in endemic phase, in endemic mode. So tiada lagi penjarakan sosial, ada penjarakan munasabah. So sekarang ni penjarakan sosial. You satu kelas, let's say the full capacity is 50. So penjarakan sosial dia kena guna separuh saja. But lepas endemic, nanti, you can actually use the full capacity, but with reasonable distancing. Okay, so and taking SOP into very careful measure lah basically. Right.
Sorry. Hello. Dr. Bakar dan Dekan ada kat situ. Saya ingat pandangan saya gini ajalah. Pasal 50% dan sebagainya kadang-kadang so tricky and then menyebabkan kami mungkin bukan saya tapi para pensyarah mungkin agak mungkin keliru. Jadi why not untuk kita buat keputusan bahawa basically hybrid ni is a must untuk semua kelas. Kemudian tengok situasi dan keadaan. Sebab kalau kita nak tentukan kemudiannya perlu hybrid tak hybrid, jangka kita agak mungkin akan jadi haywire. Jadi first day is a must. Kita datang macam kelas face to face biasa, of course the hybrid, and then let's see keadaan yang berlaku. Sebab saya risau tadi 50-50 macam je macam tidak, macam je macam tidak kan. Jadi takut nanti kita terperangkap dengan peraturan-peraturan macam ISO dan sebagainya. Jadi mungkin at the beginning, mungkin bagi pihak faculty it is a must. Gunakan hybrid, datang face to face, and then let's see apa yang berlaku. So that saya ingat masa tu kita dah boleh buat keputusan lah whether kita boleh teruskan atau tidak hybrid tersebut. Jadi kalau tidak, macam saya nampak pun agak loose sikit.
Right.
Jadi saya takut, risau, jadi bukan takut, khawatir pelajar kita dalam keadaan itu nanti kita seolah-olah akan menyalahkan pihak fakulti yang tidak membuat keputusan dalam hal ini. Itu pandangan saya. Ya, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Prof Majid. Alhamdulillah, terima kasih banyak Prof Majid. I think like really good point for us to discuss actually with that. So saya of course dekan berada kat sini, saya ramai ahli pengurusan kat sini. Yes, we'll discuss this and we'll decide on the hybrid, fully hybrid, ataupun there's some, you know, like somewhere especially in consideration for the ISO and auditing and everything. So betul lah Prof. The thing is I think like saya sendiri after a few months dekat pejabat TDA communication, everybody's actually still quite, you know, everybody has different definitions of what is hybrid, different definitions of what it means to be online. Boleh record saja ke online ataupun kena online physically macam face ni ke? So there's so many definitions, but yeah, we should set like a clear instruction, especially considering the many variations that we have dengan student internationalnya, ada student yang sakitnya dan sebagainya. To be quite fair, and I'm not trying to complicate things, student memang ada yang banyak masalah internet dan juga gadget atau teknologi dekat rumah, dekat kampung mereka sendiri. So they want to come back on campus sebab nak guna fasiliti dekat campus, masuk kelas secara fizikal. There's also student yang very affluent who fear for their safety, especially in terms of health. Dia takut kalau macam masuk dalam campus kadang-kadang ada juga case COVID dan sebagainya. So they prefer to have it maybe online, whatever. But yeah, so we're taking everything into consideration, and also the ruling and stipulation by the faculty and also university, and we'll try to come up with something much more tangible and a bit more clear, insyaAllah lah. Thanks, Prof. Thanks. All right. Okay. All right. Ya.
Dia dah termakan, okey.
Ya, Prof.
Kalau misalnya you all boleh buat clearly contohnya macam research method contoh.
Okay.
All along we have been having it fully online.
Right.
Dan saya dapati juga dalam kelas saya tu ada student yang out of state.
Right.
Kan dia out of state. Dia working. Kan?
Right.
Dia working. Jadi kalau misalnya kita sekarang nak suruh dia orang to be on campus, agak mungkin sukar. So that's too short the notice right now.
Betul. Okay. Right.
Jadi kalaulah ni boleh tak you all make it very clear supaya mudah juga untuk kita sebagai pensyarah untuk inform students.
Right.
Satu. Dan yang keduanya, Dr. Basakar ada sebut, contoh macam saya ada bilik, boleh mungkin gunakan bilik untuk buat recording semua.
Right.
But it's going to be difficult. Because saya tahu bilik saya tu, keadaan biliknya tu adalah dia punya line is very poor. Line dia teruk sikit lah. Kadang-kadang handphone kita pun ada ketikanya tak boleh dapat line.
Ya, betul.
Dekat bawah tu.
Betul.
Dekat bilik saya lah, I can talk about my room je. Jadi mungkin tak kena juga kalau nak buat, mesti juga dalam a proper bilik. Macam lecture kelas kan.
Right.
Kalau nak buat recording semua. Just to kind of inform you.
Right. Betul.
Possibly akan berlaku disebabkan oleh student kita. Banyak juga yang masih bekerja out of state lah. And betul, saya dapati dalam kelas-kelas yang lepas. Right,
betul. Right. Thank you very much, Prof. Kamaria. Yeah, I think that's a very good point as well. You know, something that is quite important for us to think about. I'll share with you what I'm doing with my own students, especially for masters and also for undergraduate. I asked them, especially for undergraduate, siapa yang datang on campus. And I know that there are like 20 of them on campus and about 36 of them who are still at home, planning to come gradually on campus. So what I'm doing is basically hybrid. I am membuat hybrid. My classes I'll be doing dekat kelas and also online at the same time. For the master students, many of them TESOL kan from China. So most of them are not here. So I tell them, okay, so we'll do it online first and then we'll see how things goes. And I also take note ya, Prof, memang ada setengah-setengah bilik yang internet je sangat-sangat kurang stabil. I think if there are some problems with the the stability of the internet, Prof boleh guna juga macam PFC ataupun kelas-kelas yang we prepare ni. Even though you might be the only person over there teaching, but the students will be online, at least it will be better, I think, especially in terms of the online internet connection and everything.
Kalau macam gitu, kalau saya seseorang aja tu baik saya buat pada rumah.
Yelah, agak pada rumah lah. Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah. So there's another question by Prof. Dr. Ramli Basri. Can you prepare clear instruction on how to put equipment in each room? Okay, we'll try to come up with some sort of step-by-step procedures. We'll paste it on the desk next to the desktop. You can actually see it. Macam mana nak tekan on, macam mana nak tekan whatever. Yeah. So we'll be coming up with that thing, no problem.
Satu lagi, Dr. Bakar, sorry ya. Saya memang tak pakai komputer yang dalam bilik.
Okay.
Sebab berdasarkan pengalaman saya yang lepas-lepas, ada ketika yang budak-budak dah cuba-cuba pakai semua presentation dia.
Oh, okay.
Virus. Jadi saya masih lagi prefer to use my own notebook in those rooms. Sebab pada saya dia lebih safe. Untuk at least kalau saya pun pakai thumb drive, pernah pakai ni thumb drive pakai dekat komputer dekat dalam bilik seminar ni dekat blok I. Habis hilang.
Right.
Dan kena pergi pula ke IDEC nak cari orang untuk tolong.
Right.
Sorry Prof. Saya Faiz. Okey Prof, kalau isu pada penggunaan komputer, nanti saya akan createkan satu manual untuk cara bagaimana kita nak guna laptop sendirilah. Sebab konsep kita dekat kuliah ni memang directly plug and play. Dia menggunakan USB dengan kabel audio lah. So maksudnya kalau Prof nak guna laptop sendiri ataupun cara menggunakan laptop sendiri, nanti kami sediakan satu kabel untuk cucuk ke laptop saja. And then dia boleh directly guna fasiliti yang ada lah.
Okay.
Also Prof Kamaria, can I share with you what I usually do? This is what I do because I don't bring my laptop. I feel sometimes I forget that I would actually leave the laptop over there. So what I do is I don't also bring a thumb drive. I actually open my Putra Blast from the computer. I buka Putra Blast and I click on the notes that I already prepared in the Putra Blast. I download, I buka dari situ je. So if everything is online, it's better. Tapi it's like a few steps lah. You log in to your Putra Blast, you download your slides from the Putra Blast, and then you log out lah. Jangan you log in, nanti student tak dapat masuk, tukar markah, bahaya jugalah. So yeah. So that's why I usually do lah. I don't bring my thumb drive or whatever, but I'll log in from the desktop. And we'll try to also make sure that the desktops are okay, especially the internet connection. Kalau kita buat Zoom ni, biasanya we have to have good connection. Kalau tak ada good connection, especially the host tak ada good connection, memang agak susah. So we'll try to make sure that the connections are actually quite okay. All right. Any other concerns? Any other questions? Any other? But I really urge you. I mean, if you're not able to do that today, besok-besok pun try datang, try tengok-tengok. Try godek-godek. If you have any questions, you can ask. Pak Is. Ya. Bilik tutorial 1.
Ada permintaan. Mungkin ada pencerah yang nak tahu. At the moment, the kelas mana yang tengah kosong, yang tengah ada kelas, yang tak ada kelas. So kat mana information yang kita boleh letak di mana everyone can refer kelas mana yang tengah full, tengah kosong.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yang itu boleh dapat maklumat tu daripada Syamizah. Syamizah biasanya yang pegang maklumat tu. So, itu boleh dapat maklumat tu lah. So,
can we make it available, macam boleh access, everyone can access the information?
Rasanya kita ada letak dalam website TDA, tapi I can actually share the link lah. Nanti I tanya Syamizah.
Kalau macam conference tu, kita pergi kat bilik tu, kita tahu senarai.
Ya.
Di bentang. Jadi,
di attendance ya.
Jadi kalau kita dapat rujuk kat mana kelas sedang berlangsung di mana, dan kita katakan nak pakai bilik kosong kan untuk hybrid.
Right. Okay.
Kalau ada maklumat tu saya rasa amat membantu kot.
Okay. Nanti saya boleh try minta tolong Syamizah. Biasa Syamizah yang handle. Kita ada senarai tu, memang kita ada. In fact dalam ESMP pun ada, tapi we can provide that information as well. Tujuan Dr. Abibah Dr. Abibah ke ni? Tak nampak muka.
Ya, saya.
So tujuan Dr. Abibah nak tahu kelas yang kosong tu supaya dapat buat discussion dan sebagainya lah kot
Kita ada kemudahan hybrid ni.
Okay.
Kita decide untuk ada half
Right.
7 weeks ni hybrid, ada yang katakan pada ketika tu student prefer to have online. So kadang mungkin tiba-tiba kelas tu jadi kosong, jadi tak digunakan. Sayang.
Underutilized. Yes.
Other people might want to use it. So,
right.
So kalau kita tahu kelas mana yang kosong available dan sebagainya, mungkin dapat membantulah sebab terlalu banyak kelas ni sebenarnya.
Okay.
Untuk siswa
Biasanya
ada 114 kelas sebenarnya. So kalau they decide to have a class, sekarang kita bagi priority pada undergrad, tapi postgrad nak buat kelas ke kan dan sebagainya. So availability tu saya rasa perlu kot maklumat tentang availability of the classes.
Okay. Boleh. Nanti saya akan bincang dengan Syamizah tentang perkara ini insyaAllah. Okay, Dr. B Okay, alright. Wah, dah 11.25 dah. Kita cakap pukul 11 je, tapi makin lama. So macam mana? Ada lagi, ataupun mungkin Tuan Dekan ada nak tambah-tambah ke Tuan Dekan? Nak mention something ke? Tuan Dekan nak cakap. Balik kita pukul 3 benda ni.
Since dah lama saya tak ada apa nak cakap, cuma tambah. Kalau ada perkara-perkara yang tak clear lagi, tadi tentang pengajaran untuk postgrad, I think dah clear lah. Sebab sebahagian tu ada yang kelas 8 sampai 11 sebab takkan nak datang kampus kan. Dan dari segi undergraduate is very clear. Undergraduate tu yang penting, undergraduate tu yang kena balik kampus tu. Yang UG tu. Dari segi facilities tempat yang available ni saya rasa Puan Syamizah memang ada record dia subjek ni dekat kelas mana. Macam kita sebelum PKP jugalah. Macam kita sebelum PKP lah, dekat mana kelas kita tu dia dekat Puan Syamizah tu ada dia punya record lah. And I think mostly bilik-bilik yang akan dipakai untuk postgrad contohnya ada yang ada facilities yang inilah. And then untuk undergraduate je kalau ke classes tu di sini insyaAllah lah yang ada fasilitinya untuk hybrid. Cuma kalau dia kelasnya tu di Dewan Kuliah Pusat dan sebagainya tu saya rasa masih tak ada lagi hybrid lah. Tak ada lagi kan. So itu melibatkan universiti sebab yang ini pun sebab kita menggunakan duit fakulti. Kalau kita tak guna duit fakulti, kita tak dapat beli lagi. Tapi so whatever it is, kalau tak clear ke nanti just refer dengan pejabat pejabat kami lah. Pejabat TDA, pejabat TDPSA. Kita akan cuba selesaikan lah. Maybe the first week tu agak kelam kabut sikit tu, I think saya mohon kesabaran semualah. Jangan bila kita mula-mula ni memang a bit hewaya lah. Macam itu dia RFID hari pertama dilancarkan hewaya satu Malaysia kat highway. Semua orang marah kan. Dan sekarang ni saya rasa dah okey lah. Dia macam tu juga lah. Saya harap sabarlah. Kalau apa-apa ada masalah tu, bear with us, we try to solve it. Dan kalau yang memerlukan pertolongan ataupun bantuan, boleh kontak kita. Kita ada Cik Faiz, kita ada Cik Farhan, kita ada siapa lagi? Cik Osman. Semua tu kan insyaAllah akan tolong bantulah. We help each other and then we try to solve it untuk pastikan yang pentingnya pelajar kita dapat belajar balik macam biasalah. Mengikut apa yang universiti tetapkan. So terima kasih banyak atas I think the participation daripada semua staff Fakulti Pengajian Pendidikan dan juga yang mengajar sama ada part time ataupun secara sambilan. Saya tengok ada Dr. Sabiah yang akan membantu kita mengajar juga. Terima kasih Prof. Kamaria for your everlasting in touch with us lah. Dr. Ramli so and then Dr. Tengku kata useful look from our Professor Kamaria. I have known her for I think over 30 years. So I think terima kasih banyak pada semua dan tahniah sekali lagi pada semua, especially pada yang telah bertunggu lumus Dr. Bakar and team Cik Faiz dan sebagainya daripada IDEC Cik Rafizan dan semualah tim yang ada. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Tuan Dekan. Saya rasa insyaAllah kita take heed and also take into our hearts lah saranan dan nasihat dan juga kata-kata semangat yang telah diberikan oleh Tuan Dekan. Saya sangat-sangat menghargai semua komitmen daripada semua pensyarah, Profesor kita, Profesor Kemaria, Profesor Majid Konting, Dr. Ramli Basri dan juga macam pensyarah-pensyarah sembilan, Dr. Sabiha yang sanggup datang untuk walaupun online, untuk sama-sama belajar tentang hybrid learning ni. Of course, I'm still learning myself as well. The most important thing I think is we have to know that even if we feel macam benda ni sangat pening, sangat menyusahkan, our students also are actually in the same boat, so we have to be very understanding, we have to be also quite flexible. Kadang-kadang we have to be strict with them, of course, but kadang-kadang we have to be also understanding as well. So now is the time where everybody is really trying to figure out some things, right? We are all trying to figure things out. So we'll try to help each other out, insyaAllah. Okay? Saya percaya sebagai Fakulti Pengajian Pendidikan, kita boleh adapt tentang apa-apa hal tentang pendidikan, pembelajaran, pengajaran, dan insyaAllah kita boleh berjaya. So dengan itu saya rasa
Teman, sorry, saya interrupt. Satu benda.
Okay, sorry.
Saya lupa. Hari Jumaat ni insyaAllah, hari Jumaat, esok kita ada majlis bacaan Yasin.
Ya.
Yang surau Blok I kan, dan mungkin insyaAllah kalau ramai yang boleh datanglah untuk join bacaan Yasin tu. Akan dibuat secara hybrid juga saya rasa. Ya. Okay. Dr. Azhar kan kita buat secara hybrid juga okey. Terima kasih.
Sumbangan dan kita buat potluck lah. Sempena ambang Ramadan. Siapa yang berhajat untuk baca doa rawah pun kita alu-alukan. Boleh maklumkan kepada kami, besok kita bacakan berapa nama arwah untuk kita sampaikan bacaan tahlil. InsyaAllah. Semoga kita sihat. Bangunan yang sedang berusaha untuk kita gunakan dapat berjalan dengan sempurna dan kita selamat daripada segala musibah. Itu antara tujuan kita buat majlis esok. InsyaAllah jemput semua sekali. Kita akan buat secara hybrid dulu macam ni, kita boleh cuba macam mana. InsyaAllah pada mula 10:30 pagi kita akan bagi link nanti insyaAllah. Minta maaf TDA dan Dekan kerana muncullah di tengah-tengah ni di ujung-ujung.
Okey, benda baik tak apa. InsyaAllah. Terima kasih Dr. Azhar. Terima kasih Tuan Dekan. So sebelum kita akhiri demonstrasi ni, saya nak ingatkanlah kalau macam untuk semua pensyarah ada kehadiran borang kehadiran untuk di ruangan chat. So boleh tengok di ruangan chat untuk isi borang kehadiran. Saya sangat-sangat berterima kasih, sangat-sangat grateful for your commitment and for your attendance. Kalau ada rakan-rakan yang tak dapat datang sebab ada perkara yang tak dapat dielakkan, insya-Allah kami boleh bercuba berkongsi recording ni lah. Dan Profesor, Doktor, Tuan-Puan, Datin, Datuk sendiri boleh share lah dengan kawan-kawan yang tak dapat datang hari ini, insya-Allah. So dengan itu saya ucapkan terima kasih dan juga Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Stay safe everyone. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Dr. Bakar.
Ya, Prof. Ya.
Okay. Saya cuba nak tadi tu masuk untuk mark attendance. Dia
okay.
Kata, you need permission, kata dia.
Oh really? Oh okay, nanti saya akan minta suruh Puan Syamizah buka untuk Prof dan juga nanti suruh Syamizah bukakan. Boleh Prof? Okay. Sorry for the technical problem. Biasalah online macam itulah. Thank you Prof.
Okay, welcome.
Terima kasih semua. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.